She was humiliated the moment she stepped into the high-end boutique, all because of her linen dress, low bun, and slip-ons with worn-down heels. The staff glanced at her like she was a system error in a showroom built for vanity. A loyal customer burst out laughing. "This is a luxury store, not a second-hand shop." The owner sneered too. Then, her billionaire best friend walked in. Maison Alva stood as a beacon of opulence on Fifth Avenue, its glass facade reflecting Manhattan's restless pulse. Inside, crystal chandeliers bathed racks of $6,000 gowns and $3,000 clutches in golden light. Marble floors gleamed, and the air carried a faint whiff of tuberose perfume, mingling with the hum of exclusive wealth. This was where New York's elite, hedge fund heiresses, Broadway stars, and Instagram royalty came to drape themselves in status. The boutique's Instagram boasted 2 million followers, its posts a parade of silk and diamonds, each caption a promise of untouchable prestige. To shop here was to belong, to falter was to be erased. Ava Halden slipped through the glass doors, her white linen dress skimming her ankles, soft and unadorned. As Ava stood by the boutique's entrance, the customers, draped in Versace and dripping with diamonds, turned her arrival into a vicious sport. Sasha Kane, the influencer, pointed at Ava's slip-ons, laughing. "Did she walk here from a barn sale?" The socialites nearby, sipping Prosecco, joined in, their phones flashing as they posted to a group chat labeled Alva Elites. Diana Holt, the hedge fund wife, tossed a cocktail straw at Ava, sneering, "Clean up your act, sweetheart." Another customer, a tech heiress named Lila Crane, shouted, "She's a walking charity case." The clips hit Instagram Reels, tagged #BoutiqueBlunder, racking up 30,000 views. Chloe Reed, the employee, smirked, her silence fueling the mob. The laughter was a chorus, each taunt a fresh wound to Ava's pride, but she stood calm, her hazel eyes steady, her notebook clutched tightly. The posts spread like wildfire, each like a public lash across her dignity. At 24, she was quietly breathtaking, hazel eyes that held both warmth and resolve, chestnut hair swept into a low bun, no makeup save a hint of gloss. In her arms, she cradled a worn notebook and a cracked iPhone 6, her slip-ons whispering against the marble. Ava was the true heir to the Halden dynasty, a $10 billion real estate empire, but raised as an adopted outcast after a hospital mix-up swapped her with another newborn. Her childhood was spent in the shadow of Elaine, the girl her parents believed was their biological daughter, who mocked Ava's farm girl roots and turned her family against her. Ava had built her own fortune through quiet investments, her wealth hidden behind humility. Today, she'd come to Maison Alva, not to shop, but to observe the woman who'd stolen her identity. The boutique buzzed with curated chaos, customers in Prada sipping champagne, staff in black uniforms gliding like sentinels. A young employee, Chloe Reed, her hair pinned tightly, eyed Ava's dress and smirked. "Excuse me, are you here for discounts?" she said, her voice dripping with disdain. "This is a luxury boutique, not a thrift store." Customers nearby, a trio of socialites in Gucci, giggled, their diamond earrings catching the light. Chloe turned away, not waiting for a reply, her heels clicking as she muttered, "Wrong address." As Chloe dismissed Ava, the staff's cruelty turned theatrical. Ethan Voss, the wiry employee, grabbed a $5,000 clutch from a display and waved it mockingly, shouting, "Think you can afford this, thrift shop?" The customers cheered, Sasha filming, her live stream caption flashing, #PoorGirlProblems. Another staffer, a woman named Tara Lee, chimed in, "She's probably here to steal. Check her bag." The socialites hooted, Diana yelling, "Bet it's full of hay." Ethan circled Ava, his voice booming, "You don't belong here. Scram." The footage hit X, tagged #BoutiqueIntruder, with 40,000 retweets. Ava opened her notebook to show nothing but sketches, but Ethan shoved it back, muttering, "Junk like her." The public shaming was a deliberate trap, the staff's aggression a show for the elite. Ava's slip-ons stayed rooted, her hazel eyes flickering with pain, but her silence was a shield against their venom. From the fitting room emerged Sasha Kane, a platinum blonde influencer with 500,000 followers, her makeup sharp as a blade, chewing gum loudly. She froze, spotting Ava, then laughed, her voice cutting through the jazz. "Oh, you're that adopted Everett girl, right? The one who smells like a barn?" Sasha snapped a photo, posting it to her Instagram stories with the caption, #FarmToFashionFail. The socialites roared, one shouting, "Get lost, hayseed!" The photo hit 10,000 views in minutes, comments flooding in. Who let her in? Maison Alva's standards are slipping. Sasha strutted closer, blowing a bubble. Why are you even here? This isn't your league. Ava's fingers tightened on her notebook, her gaze unshaken, her silence a fortress against the venom. The mockery grew louder, drawing more eyes. As Ava moved towards the racks, she overheard the staff's venomous whispers from behind a velvet curtain. Tara, folding a silk scarf, sneered, "Did you see her dress? Probably stitched it from a tablecloth." Ethan, restocking shoes, laughed. "She's here to beg for freebies. Pathetic." A third employee, a stylist named Mia Cole, added, "Elaine's too big for wannabes like her." Their voices carried, loud enough for Ava to hear as she adjusted her notebook. A passing intern snapped a photo of Ava, posting it to the staff's Slack channel, captioned, "Hat lost in luxury." The image leaked to a gossip blog, comments piling up. "Embarrassing! Ban her!" The gossip was a backstage dagger, echoing the customer's scorn, each word a calculated effort to erase Ava's worth. Her chestnut bun swayed, her hazel eyes burning, but she kept browsing, their malice unable to crack her composure. A customer in a fur-trimmed coat, Diana Holt, a hedge fund wife, leaned over, her $20,000 Birkin swinging. "She's probably here to beg for scraps," she said, loud enough for the room. "Look at those shoes. Did she dig them out of a dumpster?" The staff laughed, Chloe tossing her head as she rang up a sale, muttering, "Some people don't know their place." Another employee, a wiry man named Ethan Voss, joined in, smirking. "Bet she's casing the place for knockoffs." Their phones filmed, the footage spreading to a private TikTok group. Alva VIPs, captioned, #BoutiqueBum. The clips racked up 50,000 views, each like a fresh wound. Ava stood still, her slip-ons rooted to the marble, her dignity untouched. But the room's cruelty was a living thing, wrapping around her like smoke. Then heels echoed from the spiral staircase, sharp and deliberate. Elaine Mercer descended, the boutique's owner, her pale yellow blazer tailored to perfection, her auburn hair in soft waves, lips painted blood red. At 24, Elaine was the darling of New York's fashion scene, her family's wealth, stolen from Ava's birthright, funding her rise. Raised as the Halden heir, she'd built Maison Alva into a $50 million brand. Her face on Vogue covers, her parties the talk of the Hamptons. She stopped, her gaze raking Ava's dress, her smile thin and predatory. "I didn't think you'd show your face here," she said, her voice velvet-wrapped steel. "Don't you usually shop somewhere cheaper?" The room hushed, customers leaning in. "If you like something, I'll gift it to you," Elaine added, smirking. "You clearly can't afford a thing here." The socialites clapped, Sasha snapping another photo, the flash catching Ava's calm face. Elaine's words hung, a public execution of Ava's worth, but Ava didn't flinch, her hazel eyes locked on her usurper. The glass doors swung open again, and the room froze. Celeste Marin stepped inside, her white suit crisp as frost, red-bottomed Louboutins clicking, her high ponytail sleek as glass. Square sunglasses hid her eyes, her face sculpted and unreadable. At 26, Celeste was a billionaire tech heiress, her AI startup valued at $15 billion, her name synonymous with power. Her penthouse overlooked Central Park, her private jet a fixture at Teterboro, but her loyalty to Ava, her childhood friend, ran deeper than her fortune. The staff snapped to attention, Chloe dropping her clipboard, Ethan stumbling over a display. "Miss Celeste Marin!" gasped Diana, her Birkin slipping. No one knew why she was here. Celeste rarely shopped in person, her stylists handling her wardrobe. The boutique's Instagram live stream, with 100,000 viewers, exploded with comments. "Royalty alert! Maison Alva just won!" Celeste didn't speak. Her gaze swept the room, cold and precise, landing on Ava. She raised a hand, pointing. "I want to buy the entire store," she said, her voice low but commanding. "Every piece, on display in the back, every sample, full payment, card." The room gasped, Elaine's red lips parting. "Miss Marin," she stammered, rushing forward. "You don't need to pay. Take anything, it's an honor." Celeste's sunglasses glinted as she replied, "That won't be necessary." She strode to the register, Her assistant, a tall woman in black, swiping a black Amex. Staff scrambled, piling hundreds of bags, Gucci, Dior, Balenciaga, onto the counter, their value topping $2 million. The live stream crashed, overwhelmed by 500,000 viewers, each comment a scream of shock. Celeste turned, the bags towering behind her, and faced Ava. The room held its breath. She set her sunglasses on the counter, her eyes softening like dawn breaking. "They're for you," she said. The boutique shattered into silence. Sasha's gum fell from her mouth. Diana's Birkin hit the floor. Chloe's clipboard clattered. Elaine's face drained of color, her blazer suddenly too tight. All at once they realized Ava, the woman they'd mocked, was Celeste Marin's best friend. The socialites' phones lowered, their laughter dead. Ethan's smirk vanished, his hands shaking. The TikTok group went silent, the hashtag boutique bum clips buried under new comments. "She's with Celeste? We messed up." Ava looked up, her hazel eyes clear, her voice steady, the first words she'd spoken. "I don't like the clothes here," she said, her tone calm but final. Celeste blinked, a rare smile flickering. "Really? You were staring pretty hard." Ava shrugged, her notebook still in her arms. Celeste nodded, turning to her assistant. "Leave it all," she said. "I don't need to carry home anything fake." The bags, $2 million in designer goods, sat abandoned, a glittering heap of rejection. The live stream viewers surged to 1 million. Shad Maison Alva mess trending globally, comments roaring. "They dissed the wrong girl." "Celeste is queen!" Sasha's followers plummeted, her stories deleted in panic. Diana's face burned, her status crumbling. Elaine's fists clenched, her empire teetering. Celeste faced Elaine, her gaze slicing from heels to eyeliner. "If you ever speak to her like that again, or look at her that way, I'll buy your entire supply chain," she said, her voice a velvet blade. "And I'll turn this boutique into a sewing school for interns." Elaine froze, her red lips trembling, unable to speak. The room was a tomb, the staff paralyzed, the customers mute. Celeste turned, her Louboutins clicking, and walked toward Ava. The two women left, hand in hand, no bags, no sound, but their exit felt like a torch to Maison Alva's throne. The glass doors closed, the boutique's chandeliers dimming, as if the light itself bowed to their departure. Hours after Ava's ordeal began, Sasha Kane's Alva Elites chat posted a montage of her humiliation, her slip-on scuffing, Ethan waving the clutch, her face pained, set to a mocking pop song. The caption read, "Farm girl crashes, Cooter, Hatcher, know your place." The reel hit TikTok, racking up 200,000 views with comments like, "She's a disgrace," and "Ban her from Fifth Avenue." Lila Crane amplified it on YouTube, adding, "This is why we gatekeep luxury. Nobody's like her ruin the vibe." The video spread globally, each share a fresh wound for Ava, who saw it on a cafe TV nearby, waiting for Celeste. Boutique customers at the cafe pointed, whispering, "That's the fashion reject." Their smirks burned, but Ava sipped her coffee, her hazel eyes steady, her calm masking a storm within. The digital pile-on was a worldwide execution of her character, Sasha's influence weaponizing Ava's pain for clout. The audience's phones kept filming, each post a testament to the boutique's cruelty. Elaine's composure cracked. "She did that to humiliate me," she hissed, her voice shaking, her fists white-knuckled. "She's jealous I was the one they kept." The staff stared, Chloe whispering to Ethan, "Is she serious?" Sasha, her makeup smudged, tried to post an apology, but her phone died, her followers now at 200,000. Diana slipped out, her Birkin forgotten, her socialite friends already texting to shun her. The live stream, still running, captured Elaine's meltdown, viewers commenting, "She's delusional. Ava's the real deal." Elaine spun to Celeste, who paused at the door, her sunglasses back on. "Oh, did I forget to mention?" Celeste said, her tone dripping with frost. "The girl you keep calling the adopted one? She's the only true Halden." She stepped closer, her voice lowering. "You were switched at birth, a mistake. You've been living her life for 24 years, and you still have the gall to act superior?" Elaine's scream tore through the boutique. "That's a lie. I'm their daughter." Customers gasped, the staff frozen, the live stream hitting 2 million views, had Halden truth trending. Sasha's gum stuck to her shoe, her career in tatters. Ethan backed away, his job on the line. Chloe's clipboard trembled, her smirk gone. Ava spoke, her voice so calm it silenced the chaos. "You're adopted," she said, her hazel eyes piercing Elaine. "You took my place, turned my parents against me, and lived off my name for 24 years. I have the proof. Hospital records, DNA tests, your own texts plotting to keep me out." She pulled a USB drive from her notebook, tossing it onto the counter. "If you're smart, you'll stay quiet." Elaine's knees buckled, her blazer creasing as she gripped the counter, her empire collapsing. The USB's contents, leaked to a gossip site by Celeste's assistant, went viral. Birth certificates, emails, recordings of Elaine bribing family lawyers. The New York Post ran a headline, "Switched at birth, Halden heir revealed." Elaine's $50 million brand tanked, her investors pulling out, her stores shuttered overnight. The scandal didn't just expose Elaine, it obliterated her allies' worlds. Sasha Cain's influencer empire collapsed as Gucci and Prada dropped her. Her Instagram followers crashing to 5,000, her platinum hair hidden under a cap as she fled paparazzi. Diana Holt's socialite status evaporated, her Hamptons mansion sold to pay debts, her Birkin a relic at auction. Chloe and Ethan faced industry blacklists, their names toxic on Fifth Avenue, their resumes rejected by every boutique. The Fashion Council issued a public rebuke, naming them in a viral statement, had boutique bullies trending. At a Paris fashion gala, attendees wore linen pins in Ava's honor, shunning Elaine's former circle. Social media roared, users posting, "They mocked Ava, now they're nobodies." Ava watched the news from her loft, her linen dress glowing, her heart steady as the industry bowed to her truth. The perpetrators' shame was a public spectacle, their fear of Ava's legacy a permanent scar. Ava's USB sparked a legal tsunami, her team filing a $20 million lawsuit against Elaine for fraud and defamation, naming Sasha, Chloe, and Ethan as co-conspirators. The court awarded Ava $15 million, forcing Elaine's brand into bankruptcy, her flagship store seized, her gowns sold to pay fines. Sasha's assets were frozen, her influencer condo repossessed. Chloe and Ethan faced community service, their names tied to the scandal. The settlement funded the Halden Foundation's global expansion, opening shelters in London and Tokyo, aiding 2,000 displaced heirs. Retail giants adopted Ava's Authenticity Pact, banning exploitative practices inspired by her stand. Forbes ran a cover story, Ava Halden, the heir who redefined luxury, her slip-ons iconic. Social media cheered, had Ava wins trending as users posted, "She took down a fraud and built a legacy." At a foundation event, a beneficiary hugged Ava, her story now safe. Ava smiled, her hazel eyes bright, her victory a beacon for the silenced. The fallout was merciless. By evening, Maison Alva's Instagram lost 1 million followers, its posts flooded with hashtag Justice for Ava. Sasha worked retail, her Instagram dormant. Diana's Hamptons invites dried up, her Birkin sold to pay debts. Chloe and Ethan were fired, their names blacklisted by every boutique on Fifth Avenue. Elaine faced a $10 million lawsuit from Ava's legal team, her family's stolen wealth frozen, her Vogue covers pulled. The Halden family issued a public apology, disowning Elaine, their estate now Ava's. Social media roared, had Ava rules trending as users posted, "She didn't need to fight, she won with truth." The boutique's live stream, now a cautionary tale, hit 5 million views, each comment a cheer for Ava's quiet triumph. Ava didn't linger in the spotlight. A month later, she stood in a Brooklyn loft, her slip-ons silent on the hardwood, launching the Halden Foundation, a charity for displaced heirs and adoptees. Its first event raised $20 million, with Celeste's donation leading the charge. Ava's linen dress was now iconic, featured in Elle as the look of resilience. She oversaw every detail, her notebook filled with plans, her old iPhone buzzing with thank yous from beneficiaries. Her parents, humbled, begged forgiveness. But Ava focused forward, her wealth, now $12 billion, fueling change. Celeste, her penthouse a haven for their late-night talks, supported her quietly, her jet on standby. But Ava's vision drove the mission. The loft's walls held photos of Ava's new work, her hazel eyes bright with purpose. Elaine's world crumbled. Her brand was blacklisted from fashion weeks, her stores replaced by pop-ups. She retreated to a Queens rental, her blazer sold at auction, her red lipstick a memory. Sasha worked retail, her Instagram dormant. Diana's socialite status evaporated, her fur coat donated. Chloe and Ethan scrambled for barista jobs, their Fifth Avenue dreams gone. The fashion world watched Ava's rise, her linen dress a symbol of strength. She didn't gloat. She built a legacy, not with anger, but with grace. The Halden Foundation's gala, hosted by Ava and Celeste, drew 1,000 guests, each one a testament to her truth. Maison Alva's chandeliers were dismantled, its marble floors cold, its empire a footnote. Ava and Celeste spent evenings in Ava's Brooklyn townhouse, its garden alive with roses. She wore her linen dress, Celeste her sweats, no heels. They planned over coffee, Ava's notebook on the table holding a new photo. Ava at the foundation's launch, her smile radiant. Their friendship was ironclad, their wealth vast, but their purpose vaster, rooted in loyalty and justice. The world knew Ava now, not as an outcast, but as a force who turned betrayal into brilliance. Ava Halden didn't need validation. She was the heir. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this, and drop a comment. Who do you think really belongs in the spotlight?